Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It is Friday, the 5th of September, 2025. It is a new month. It is new mini catalogue has just been released this month as well, just on Wednesday. Sorry, Wednesday. And let me just adjust my volume a bit. Sorry. And also the online exclusives are available now as well. So it's lots of new product is available right now, and it is a great time to actually have a look and check out what is available. Today, I was umming and ahhing so much about what I was going to do today, and so I originally thought, oh, I'll just do a scrapbook workshop kit because that's always fun. And then I had a delivery. I had one of my order delivered and this morning, and so I changed what I was going to do, and I've decided to do some new product that is in the brand new mini catalog. And it is the, what's it called? Hang on. Christmas Tags and More designer series paper, and there's also coordinating cards and envelopes and an ephemera pack that I'd like to show you as well. These were not on my list to start with. I just went, oh, no, I won't do them at the moment. I sort of restricted myself on what I wanted to buy. And so I chose a few things that I thought would be, a bit of fun to play with and stuff. And then at Marelle's craft retreat a couple of weeks ago, I was playing with a couple of things, and then she showed me the ephemera pack, and I went, oh, I didn't realize that how beautiful they were. So I bought them. So they were on my list this week when the catalogue went live, and so I purchased them. So I will show you them today too. I'm really excited. It has been a bit of a busy time lately. I was hoping to have gotten a video to you last week, but it just wasn't to be. We were away last week. Our youngest daughter, Hannah, she was playing in the Millennium Marching Band at Southern Stars in Wollongong, which is similar to what most Sydney people would know as School Spectacular, but it's actually in Wollongong. So it's the Illawarra area of schools that were actually participating in that. It was pretty amazing. The talent in public schools is phenomenal, I've got to say. If you have the opportunity to go and see it, go and see the School Spectacular and even Southern Stars next year. It'd be amazing. You won't regret it. It is amazing. Anyway, I digress. So yes, we're going to be diving into some Christmas things today. So September, the Christmas decorations are coming out in the shops. It's time to actually start working on your Christmas cards so you have enough to send out in end of November, December. So that's today's plan. I'm going to show you some cards. So I thought I would show you some of the cards that we did at the retreat. I'm going to set that one aside just before I change over to the camera. You have a sneak peek of something. I'll show you some of the cards that I made. Sorry, while I was at the retreat. So I've got to make sure I've got the camera down this time. There we go. So this is one of the cards I made at the retreat for. This was a challenge. It was using the pears paper and stuff, and that was the inspiration. And so I made that one. That was originally, what was her name? Could not tell you. I couldn't tell you. It was someone else's design. I changed it slightly, but not by heaps. But it is really pretty. And then I made a shaker card because I need to use this stamp. So I just made a little shaker card, which was quite fun. The copper embossing, the copper design, copper foil is absolutely gorgeous. And so I made this this card with the sunflower embossing folder as well. That was nice. I really liked that one. This was a shoebox by the lovely Paula. So again, a book fold, which is why I made that one. I thought, yeah, I'll do that one. That was a book fold. But that's quite a nice, simple card with a bit of a fun fold. This was a lovely Kathy Reeves. This one. This was gorgeous. I did some colouring with the blends. I think she'd actually done pencils, but I just went, I'm just going to do the blends because I prefer the blends over the pencils personally, but it's a personal preference. This one was Tina. This was lovely Tina. And so this one I actually struggled a bit with. I actually put it the wrong way, but it's pretty cool just the way that she's done that. So, oh, this was Robin. This was lovely Robin. So it's really nice. And then I saw one of the girls, Wendy. She actually created a square card and actually had the circles going in square shape, and that looked really cool as well. So this is one of the cards I made myself. Did lots of fussy cutting on that one. This was Elizabeth Yeager, gorgeous Elizabeth. Go and check out her YouTube channel. She always has some amazing projects. Go and have a look at her and subscribe to her channel. You won't regret it. This is another one I did using the sunflower embossing folder. Again, I copied someone else. This is a lovely Marelle. This was her design. Whoops, sorry. And that was using the frame from the gallery frame one. Tamara. This was Tamara. That's pretty cool. This one, I actually changed this one up. This was Deb. I actually changed it. She had this coloured in, and there was flowers and everything, and I just wanted it a bit simpler than what that was, so I just changed it up a bit and just made it. Yeah, I didn't do the colouring. I took the lazy way out. Another card that I made myself. So there was a couple that were all a set of cards. This one was Priscilla. This was quite cute. And so because I like the animals, so I made my own one. I did that one. Morning, Yvonne. How are you going? I made this one. And then, try to remember who this one was. Off the top of my head, I cannot recall. Sorry. Sorry to whoever made this one. I can't recall who made that one. Anyway, so they were the cards that I made a couple of weeks ago at Marelle's retreat. So she does a team retreat. So anyway, so that's all those cards. I'll set them aside. But let's have a look at the catalogue. So this is the new mini catalogue. It's, as I said, it started on Wednesday this week. So, it was Joe. Thank you, Sam. Hey, Sam. This was Joe. Yeah, I completely forgot. I think I got everyone else. Sorry, Joe. Yeah, so this is Joe. This is gorgeous as well. So I've just realised I think I stuck it crooked. Anyway, never mind. Mini catalogue. So this is the brand new mini catalogue. If you haven't got one already, let me know. I can pop one in the post for you. There's lots and lots of great projects in here. But we are going to be working on, whoops, too much glare, Christmas tags and more. So this is a 6x6 pack of paper, and you have a whole heap of little die cuts, pre-printed and pre-dyed die cut, ready to pop out. So a bit like ephemera, the ephemera packs. And then I'm also going to be using the Greetings for You Mix and Match ephemera pack. Now this is what I just sort of, I saw these at the camp, and I didn't realize they're actually adhesive. They're stickers. So I was very excited, and I went, oh, I'm going to use them. So, so I'm going to use some of the designs here. So I've got a couple of ideas already. So I had a bit of a play while I was away. So I'll show you them as well. So I didn't have the ephemera pack at the time. So I thought, well, I'll see what I've got. So Elizabeth had the embossing folder, and hopefully you can see that, the embossing folder and dies for, that's actually in the catalogue. And I actually borrowed that, and I used that and cut out a whole heap of sentiments. I created that one. So all using this paper and stuff. So that was the embossing folder. So I just used the embossing folder in the background. So I really like that one. I think I'd like the embossing folder. I don't think I really need the dies, but I think it all comes as one. So yeah, so I thought I'd get that one. I played with that one. And then what else do I have? Oh, this one. And then this one. So I'm going to remake this one, but I'm going to use the ephemera pack instead. So let's get started. So I've already got that one ready to go. Now you can see what I'm actually looking at, so that's good. Better than 2 weeks ago. All right. So no stamping today. It's going to be ephemera and die cuts all the way today. So less supplies. Yeah, so you've got, sorry, I'll just go back. So you got the design series paper, $21.75, the ephemera pack, $15, and you actually get 6 sheets. So 2 each of 3 different sheets. And then you get the you can get the Christmas greetings mix and match specialty cards and envelopes, and that's $21. So 10 bases, 10 envelopes, $21. So you can get them and you can make 10 cards pretty quickly. So we have some designer series paper. So this is from that set pack. Whoop. I put a new seal in one of the cases, so it's only starting to need to get it going. So this piece of designer series paper is the full card front. So it is 10.5 by 14.85. And then this piece, my little square, is 8.5-ish by 10.5. I just basically cut around to make sure that it would actually see all of the ornaments. And then line that one up. Now you could, if you want to save paper, you could always just chop it down so you just have it overlapping slightly underneath, but I just went full card base, it's fine. So I realized dimensionals. Where are my dimensionals? There was a pack here somewhere. There we go. So pull out your dimensionals. So we're going to pop this one up. So pop this up onto a couple of dimensionals. And I'm just going to pop that there. And then the ephemera pack. Oops. In a bit of a mess. Really quickly. So this is the ephemera pack. So I've just taken one out of there. I've taken "'Tis the Season" out. So you get 2 of each sheet. I'm just going to set the sheets aside so I can actually use one of each. And then, oops, yeah, so this is the third one. So they're pretty cool. It's all gold, obviously. And then on the back, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but if you can actually peel it off the back. And it's just a sticker. So probably really good to get your take your pick tool. So there you go. So you've got your "'Tis the Season." And then I had some embellishments that I pulled out and I thought, oh, what can I use? I was looking for some gold. And it doesn't matter if it's retired or not. I just pulled out stuff that I thought, oh, yeah, that's gold. I'll use that. This is where you need to take your pick tool to. Be really helpful. Oop. There we go. I think I'll just do the 2. So there's your first card. Very simple Christmas card. So if you want to do, if you want to get a lot of Christmas cards done quickly, this is probably the way to do it. We'll leave that one up there. So as I showed you before, that's the one I did while I was away, and then the new one. So keep those ones together. Next one. So this was the idea of the first one, the next one. So obviously I've got the emboss in the background, but I'm not going to use that because I don't have that. So we're going to work with what we have. And so we've got a piece of designer series paper, which is 1/2 centimeter smaller. So it is 10 centimeters by 14.3. 10 by 14.3. And I think I have 2. So let's do them both at the same time. So again, design series paper. I really like the red. I like the checkers. So then we're going to glue that one down. Just going to put it straight down. Oops. The beautiful thing with these papers is you can actually line up using the lines, so you know it's sort of straight. All right, and then we have that one over there. Where is it? There they are. There's some little die cuts, and then so that was the other one I had. There we go. So I'm working on those 2 at the moment. I've got lots of little ephemera pieces. I don't think they're all of them. I think there's more. Yes, there is more. Good. So let's see what I'm going to use. Okay. Another sentiment. That one. Do that. Okay. Feel like I need a bit of a couple of strips of something. So I have a few little offcuts as well. So let me bring in my paper trimmer. And I'm just going to chop off at, what, 1.5 centimeters, I think. And then let's go 7.5. I can trim down. They're my little offcuts. But I have a few more. That's all right. I can use that one. I think I can use that one. And yeah, okay. So let's trim these down. We'll just make some little banners. Okay. So probably can use, yeah, I'll use this strip as well. Oh, that's no, I'll use this one. Here you go. I'll use this big one. There we go. So we'll do that one there. Like that, I think. And then we have our ornament, which will pop up onto some dimensionals once I find them again. All right, here's another sheet. I'll just keep getting out new ones. Put that one there. I think it's too much holly on that one. So let's pop that one down. And then we might just do a bit of twine. So in the catalogue, there's also the black and white and gold baker's twine, which is really quite pretty. So I thought I would do the black because I think I like the black and it will stand out a bit. So, which is quite nice. I'm just going to do a little bit of a bow. And then a glue dot. Curling that one up. And then the ephemera. I think we might do some merry and bright. Oh, I think that's going to fade a bit too much. What have I got? We'll just do a Merry Christmas. Yeah, I think I'll do a Merry Christmas. And so I'm going to pull out the take your pick tool. See if I can pull the tape off easier. Nope. No, I can't. I just didn't want to bend it. There we go. I think it was quite cut properly. But I don't want to have that flat, so I want to put a dimensional on this end. There's a fair bit of it's actually going to be off, excuse me, off the ornament. Go. So you've got your Merry Christmas. And we'll do a couple of embellishments. There you go. So that's that one. So that's similar but different. I don't know which one I like better. Let's work on this one. Again, we'll just start putting these down. Now, do you have a Christmas tree, or I have the bird. I also have the wreath, and I have candy canes. So, no, I think I'm going to do the tree. And then maybe a bit of holly or ribbon or something. So, you got the tree. Ooh, I could do the presents. That's too big. I have my glue dots out again. So, you can do the presents under the tree. And what else have I got? A little bauble. Another present. I could do that present too. There you go, the presents under the tree. And we could do the merry and bright. Merry and bright, and do a Christmas tree ornament little. There we go. It's very glary, isn't it? There we go. Less glare, you can see the card a bit better. All right, so that's 3 cards using the ephemera kit and stuff. Oh, there's my dimensionals. All right, so next one. So let's use the memories and more cards and envelopes. So these ones. So again, we do simple. The simple ones, you can actually see, you can do the same sort of thing that I've already just done, but with the cards and envelopes. So you're actually adding less designer series paper on there. But let's see what else we can do. So on the back of one of these, there you go, you've got some images you can make into tags, or you could just use on the card itself. So let's trim them down. See, the one thing it doesn't quite fit. They don't all fit. I think you need a long card. I think it's a bit too much. So we've also got something on the back. So let's change over this one, because we've got that. Oh, that's going to be a bit too much, I think. All the lines are going to be too much. You could do something like that, but I think that's just too much. Let's do this instead. So the size of this card is, what are we, a bit over, we're about, what, 4.5? No, 4.25 inches. So we'll chop that down to 4 inches, I think. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet, so come along for the ride. Oh, do I want to do that one or that one? Actually, I might do that one. So it feels like the wreath is still going if I have green underneath. I don't know. This one's a bit trickier to use. What do I do? I don't know. If anyone wants to sort of make any suggestions for me, let me know. I've already got a wreath, though. I don't really want another wreath now, do I? That's too much green. Thinking that or I could do, maybe I'll do that. There we go. All right, let's do that. Dimensionals. Sometimes it's more about just playing and trying something different, even if it doesn't turn out as well as you want it to. Sometimes it's just good just to play. So I feel like that's what I'm doing today. I've got holly. I've got holly. I'm just thinking of another card. It's like okay. Ephemera. So what else? I think I'm just not a fan of the shape of that one, but maybe I need to actually no, maybe I am. Maybe it is working. Maybe that does work. Now, if you are going to put it on dimensionals, you want to make sure you take the backing paper off, because if you don't, the dimensional will stick to the backing paper and your sentiment will probably just fall off. You don't want that. Season's greetings. So fairly simple one, just again, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just playing here. I want another plainish sort of one. Nope. Yes. Nope. 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 I think because it's yeah, I don't know. All right. All right, I'm going to use that piece. And what size are we? 7. No, 5. All right, let's trim this one down. I think I want to try and go 4.5 centimeters. Four and a half. I don't think that's going to cut it. 1, 2, where's the other card? I thought I had another one. Maybe I didn't. Okay, let's get another card. There it is. Okay, found it. Let's do another card. But it's still a bit too pale. Sorry, I'm out of the way. That's still not. That's still not. No, it's not. That's not. That one. Paper. I'm liking the idea of it. I'm just not getting it. It's just not working for me just yet. I changed that up. Because I'm thinking that's just a bit too much. My brain. Maybe it needs to go this way. Okay, let's try this. You can see how my brain works. 4.5. And so let's go 3, 6. Let's try it there anyway. Let's see what happens. So I've got some green. Going top to bottom. And that one in the center. And trim off the excess. Well, that's a bit better. I feel like I'm looking through a window. I can do merry and bright there. And then I don't think that's going to work because I think it's just too much green. So unless I do merry and bright there, let's pop them up on dimensionals. Merry and bright. Here we go. Actually, that didn't turn out too badly after all. I was starting to worry. Sometimes you just got to work with what you have. All right, let's do another card. I need to cut another card base. So how do you normally do your Christmas cards? Do you, if you have a card going this way, do you cut it so that it actually opens like this? Or does it not worry you? I tend to try and do them a bit more like that, if I can. Because that way, when people are hanging them up, it's a bit easier. And it means that the cards are facing the right way if they hang them up over like Venetian blinds or something. So, okay, let's go with this one. I want a bit thicker. Paper, paper, paper. I'll put them somewhere. There's my envelopes. I don't need my envelopes. Oh, let's get out this one. So we want a bit of that one. I want that one. Oh, here they are. I want to do that one as well. That one, that one, that one, that one. Okay. So we're working from this one here. So my strips are, what's that, 1.5, 3.5, and 5.2. So trimmer. So this is 3.5. I think I said 1.5 for this one. And then what's the other one? This one. 5.2. 5.2. There we go. Okay, so I want those 3 pieces. This one here, I'm going to chop it down to 10 by 14.3. So we'll make that into a pretty quick card too. Right, let's work on this one. So we've got a strip. Oh, hang on. What have I done? Didn't want that one. Hang on. That's not the one. Is it? And that one. That one. That's my other strip. That's not the one. I cut it the wrong way. Oh, shucks. That's not what I wanted. Try that again. 1.5. And then all these 3 I want chopped down to, what am I doing? 14.3 centimeters. So let's go 14.2, 14.3. With them. Uh, 14.3. There we go. All right, that one. I want this one next on the other side. And then this one in the center. I'm doing either side because that way, whoops, obviously cut a bit too wide. That's okay. I'm just going to work with it like that. I was going to do a gap in between, but that's not happening, obviously. And then there's a bit of red on the last one. So if I pull out my ephemera, or the sheets at the back, these ones, I think I want that one. And this one, I think. What am I trying to find? Let's go with my trimmer. Seven. Chop it down. Okay. And we'll just chop down the little banner. And we're just going to glue these straight down. Feels like it's a bit too wide, but that's okay. Let's go with that. And then we have our wreath, which we're going to put on dimensionals. I realise I don't have any red with me. The embellishments, they're probably still over in my embellishment drawer. But we'll see what we have instead. We'll do a little wreath, and then we can do our Christmas stocking. I think I might do a little bow. I won't use that. I'm going to use glue dot. We'll do a bow. And then, what else do I need? I want to do that one. Holly's too much because I've got the holly over this side. I think the candy cane's too much. Okay, let's do the sentiment. Now, I think this is it for today. I made a bit of a mess. But 'tis the season. Oh no, I want to do that one too. Could just do a Merry Christmas there. We'll do a Merry Christmas. And then what embellishments do I have? I do have some red ones. Here you go. So these are the iridescent adhesive backed discs. Now, I don't know if these are current, so I apologise in advance if they're not. But I'm just going to use them because use what you have. It's very important to use the products that you already have. Here we go. Some little embellishments on that one. And then last one, let's work on this one. Very last one. One more card base. And just glue straight down. And then do a couple of little banners. I don't think you can ever have too many little banners. Don't want it that long. No. Let's just do these two banners. I was going to do a third, but no. Just that side. And then wonder if I could do the joy. Whether that will work. I think joy will work. There we go. All right. And there we go. All right. How many cards was that? Should have been a whole heap more. All right, let's go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. 7 cards. Not too bad for one morning's worth of work. For about an hour's worth of work or less, actually, because I never start straight on 10. So that is, yeah. So that's the, what are they called? What's it called? Christmas tags and more. The Christmas tags and more designer series paper with, excuse me, and you get embellishments with that. And then there's also the ephemera pack, which is the greetings to you ephemera pack, and then the greetings cards and envelopes. So I've used one of them, just one, not two, just one, which was this one, which I probably could have not necessarily used it, so you can just use white cardstock. but just thought I'd add that into the mix as well. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create these cards. It is a bit of fun just being able to create and craft and do the just play really. I like to just create, and I just haven't had the time lately to actually do that, so I need to make more time to do that. And yeah, I hope you do too. I hope I've inspired you to get them out and get your craft supplies out and do some creativity, because I think it's very important for being creative in any aspect is very important, I think, for our brains. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I should be here next week, but who knows what life brings. Our youngest actually turns 16 next Wednesday, which is a bit crazy. Lots going on. So yes, yeah, she'll be turning 16. Whew. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Check out the online exclusives and the new mini catalog. You won't be disappointed. There are so many lovely products there that you will love to get your hands on. If you, I'd love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel too, if you haven't already. Stampin with Sharon AU is my channel name, so you can always have a look at that. And I'd love you to follow me on Facebook too. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again next time. Bye.